Hey everybody, it's Corey talking to you guys about my AnyCubic Chiron, and it's just printing away on that manual leveling that I performed earlier. It is 58% complete. Here's just some of my observations as it's been running for the last hour and 40 minutes. The bed temperature, it does not struggle keeping that bed temperature up in any location, which is fantastic. It is a welcome change from the Annette A8 on such a small thing. Even the edges on that little guy have a hard time. The vibration, it is quite a lot. I'm gonna have to get some vibration dampeners underneath each of these four legs that I'm gonna print off and take care of that. The noise level, this is a hard thing to say. I have a whole house, and in this house I have a room dedicated to being my office slash 3D printing room, and I've got a bunch of soundproofed, sound resistant, sound insulated rooms in between it and my main living space. And so it's difficult for me, but when I stand in the kitchen, it's okay. So it's pretty awesome. But the overall vibration of everything, very minimal compared to, I'm sure, other printers, and especially for someone like me coming from the Annette A8 that was very loud when it ran. This thing is quiet, very quiet. I've seen under the hood reviews where you can upgrade the stepper drivers and everything else, so there's that. Now, one thing I will say, my manual level job, as you guys saw in the previous video, in the middle and in the top and in the bottom and the center of the build plate, as well as in the top in the right side, I think that's what it'll be like, or maybe over here. I'm not very good at doing the whole camera angle thing, but basically all up and down the center and over there in that corner, I had some difficulty because the hot end was higher than it was on the edges, because on these edges, on the four corners and along the four edges, it's better at staying very small, but in the center, up and down, it's a little bit more. So that sucks, but from what I can tell, after doing its first initial layer and then doing all these others, I mean, it's really not that bad at all. I don't see any peeling, I don't see anything on. So for a guy like me who does most of his leveling by eye, because I've leveled the Annette A8 a billion times, I don't use paper anymore. I'm that lazy 3D printer or whatever it is, like that one guy on Make Everything did. Hilarious movie or video, by the way. But yeah, like I was able to level the bed pretty dang good on the first try, just manually. And granted, this is not the most complex thing, but the quality of these lines is really good. It's really good. I'm extremely impressed by the out-of-the-box experience on this for this printer. So the only things that I'll probably be doing in the future will be adjusting belt tension, which is a normal wear and tear thing, and trying to figure out this automatic bed leveling, or assisted automatic bed leveling, which for those of you watching that have seen other videos, you're probably like, well, of course you're having a great time because you haven't tried that yet. And that's supposed to be the main headache of this printer. But I'm hopeful that it will be an enjoyable experience because I feel like I've understood pretty fairly well what you gotta do. But again, we'll see what happens. So if I can't get automatic bed leveling on this machine to work, I will be let down, because it would be really nice to be able to do that. But at the same time, I see manual bed leveling on a build plate this huge, no problem. So yeah, anyway, just wanted to give a brief update that for the last hour and 45 minutes, the only real things I've noticed is there is a lot of vibration for this printer. I just need to print some things like the green legs I've got underneath my Annette. I think that Nexitech, he remixed a design similar to that, which I'll probably download if he's put it and shared it on the internet. And then the only other thing really is just a little bit of the stepper noise, which honestly isn't that bad for me. I'll probably not bother changing it up, because what you're hearing right now, that's just the x-axis. So the y-axis is very silent. So anyway, talk to y'all later with another update.